Today I'm all gothic out. I actually just recreated this Snapchat filter. So follow me on my Instagram if you want to see all these little things that I do. I'm wearing like spiders on my ears and everything, so I'm feeling pretty Addams Family. Anyway, today's video is the last video in the back to school month here on. I talked everything school. I hope you're having a lot of fun. Today is the last video, so I thought what better than to just answer all your questions. You had a lot of which, by the way, so I love you all for that. These will definitely help out a lot of you, so let's just quickly jump right in. Is how not to feel bad after scoring bad. India being a very score oriented education system, I would say, like people focus more on how much you scored, like 89. No, you need to be in the 90s, you need to top. It's a lot about that. And I have been a topper since 5th till 5th. Okay, so my father used to teach me, and I used to be the school topper, everything topper till 5th class. And then I changed schools here, and then I started to study myself, and I realized math is not that easy as it seemed, you know. And I lost some friends because of that, but then I scored this much. They was like, I'm sorry, we can't be your friend, you scored very less. So super mean, right? I know. 4 years that I'm out of school, and trust me, numbers don't matter. Nobody's asking you how much did you score in your 12th board. Yeah, I topped. Nobody's asking that to me. If I want to, I'll have to tell people, and that'll be like, whoa, why is she showing off? So it doesn't matter really. Let me just bring the expert in this. Mama! Hi guys, here is my mom. You want to sit? Please have a seat. You are the guest. Have a seat. It's just a very important question.
Okay.
So the question is how to not feel bad if you score bad in exams, because I would always get so, oh my god, I'm just letting her expectations down and everything, when she did not even say anything to me about it. So how not to feel bad?
Can I speak in Hindi?
Yes, please.
Okay. तो ऐसा है कि जब आपको लगा कि आपके एग्जाम में अच्छे नंबर नहीं आए हैं, तो अच्छे नंबर नहीं आए तो कैसे पता लगा? क्योंकि पहले अच्छे नंबर आते थे, तो ये तो फर्स्ट टाइम भी हो सकता है ना कि आपके बुरे नंबर आए हैं, और ये एग्जाम लास्ट एग्जाम नहीं है, हो सकता है अगले एग्जाम में फिर से वैसे ही नंबर आ जाए जैसे पिछले में आए थे, जिसकी वजह से हम ये फील कर रहे हैं कि इस एग्जाम में अच्छे नंबर नहीं आए। और उससे भी बढ़कर एक बात और है कि सिर्फ एग्जाम, उसके नंबर, वही सब कुछ नहीं होता है। उसके अलावा आपकी जो अपनी सोच है, आपकी क्रिएटिविटी है, आपका दूसरों के प्रति रेस्पेक्ट करना, ये सब कैसा है। सिर्फ नंबर काउंट नहीं होते हैं। तो इसीलिए मुझे नंबर से कभी कोई भी प्रॉब्लम नहीं रहा, और मैंने बहुत ज़्यादा उम्मीदें नहीं की। मुझे लगा कि सबसे पहले तुम अच्छे इंसान बनो, काइंड हार्टेड बनो, बड़ों की रेस्पेक्ट करो, छोटों को प्यार करो। नंबर तो नंबर है, 1 होगा, उसके आगे 0 लग जाएगी तो 10 हो जाएगा। तो नंबर इज नॉट अ बिग प्रॉब्लम।
Well, thank you very much for that answer. It is much needed. First answer going on with such a positive flow. Thank you very much for that. Next question is how to manage studies with job. That can you do it or not, because you're just getting out of 12th and you're like, what to do? I want to work, but I have to do college. So I do my college from IGNOU, which is Indira Gandhi National Open University. It is a correspondence. A lot of you actually asked me questions while I was Snapchatting my assignment dilemmas and all that, so I'll actually make a full-fledged video on it. So if you have any questions regarding correspondence and studying with job, just put that in the comments below. I would include that in the video. But how to manage, guys, I just really like studying. I like that, so that's why I can say it was very not easy, but that is how I just kept going. You just have to see how much of a priority it is to you. It was a huge priority to me, so I took out time for this, and I did that through correspondence. If you're a Delhiite, there is Delhi University's School of Open Learning, SOL, and IGNOU. Otherwise, there are lots of other universities as well. But just wait for that video, you will know more information then. How to overcome tense feeling of boards. Was the paper difficult? Guys, board exams are the best things that can ever happen to you, trust me, because the questions are like, the questions are much more easier. You're asking if it was difficult. It was much easier. My best friend and I at school, we were solving previous year's question papers during board exams, 10th and 12th. We would think that, dude, the pre-board exam in school was so difficult, but these board exam questions are so much easier. and that is how the exam is. It's so much easier. And guys, after all those suicidal things that happened during my 10th, I think the board exams have become more and more easy, trust me. So if you know your stuff, even the basic bit, you can pass very easily. They just make it sound like, oh my god. There are no teachers of your school that have favorite students or students that they know are naughty, so they're not going to be partial like that. I would definitely say, just think this is just a normal question paper. I did not learn a single answer, although I was in arts where you have to write a lot. I would just read through the entire book and make notes, as in just note down important dates or important events, and a day or two before the board exam, I would just go through those notes that had the heading of it, like suppose civil disobedience movement, non-cooperation movement. So I would just write it down, the date of when it started, and then while revising, I would just see the topic and then talk all that I know about it. Guys, one trick that about arts I can give you is, if there's a question about civil disobedience movement, a certain question that says, when was it launched? Explain. Just write everything that you know about it. You start with writing about Gandhi, his life, and then you write about civil disobedience movement. So the actual topic of civil disobedience movement will be this much, but everything you know about it, you write it in the paper. That is how you score well in arts. Students that come to India from outside, what to do about that? So Indian schooling system, well, lot of writing, lot of theory basically, less of practical. Don't try to show off your English in schools probably, because children already have a, you know, preconceived notion of, oh my god, this person is coming out from outside India, must be a show off, so they will try to bring you down, so do that. Blending in, try to blend in a way that don't try to be too hi-fi. Try to blend in that sense, but you don't need to go to extra measures to blend in, as opposed to other notions in different parts of the world. So if you study well in India, you're a good student, you're like, people want to talk to you, so just be good in your studies. How to decide what to do after 12th? I'm sure there are lots of seminars going on in your school. After 10th, actually, they come and they counsel you, telling you about different different fields where you can work and all that. So maybe make a list of what you want to achieve from your work. Like for me, I did this actually. Just list down your good points, your bad points, what you want to achieve in life, and then kind of just mix and match all these points to see which career they go to. And for me, one thing was also that it needs to be very easy. I don't like, not easy in a way, like don't just be like, yeah, I want to do this, but the road to it is too difficult. Maybe you will lose your interest in that, right? So see things according to your caliber also. See what subjects you're gonna study, which are going to be the main subjects. Will you be able to do it? Don't be like, yeah, I'll do MBA from this college and all that. See if you can actually get into that college, because if you have too high of an expectation of yourself, then you'll be stuck there like, ooh, this did not work out, what to do now? I was actually going to be a paleontologist at one point, then I was going to be an interpreter. In 11th and 12th, I would tell everyone that I want to be an interpreter because I had an interest in languages, but I even filled a form for Khalsa College, JNU and all that for languages, but then Franklin came around and lots of things. But yeah, tips on new schools after 10th. So I did not change my school after 10th. However, I did change schools a lot because of my father's postings. So if you're the new person, it sucks. First of all, you're not well, you're just changing your schools after 10th, so that's fine. But like, I never had constant friends because they would keep on changing and all that. What to do? Just again, be good in studies. In the beginning, just do your work well. People will know that this is actually a good person, I want to be with them. Thankfully, when I came in 5th, people talk to me. But if they're not, which they probably will, but if they're not, go ahead and be like, hey, could I have lunch with you? Or hey, my name is this, what's your name? How long have you been in this school? Just start a conversation, and then from the next day when they see you, they'll say hi, and similarly you'll make friends. But you know what, guys, don't be afraid. I used to think that, why are they changing their school? But if that's what you have to do, go ahead. Don't think about your friends or whatever, because this is the time for you to make your future. Just change that school if you're getting the stream that you want. So I had asked a friend who had changed their school in 10th. So let me just call them, see if they pick up. Hello. Hi, I'm in the middle of filming a video and I wanted to ask you tips. Okay, so basically there were no hardships as such. Since the students were grown-ups now, they welcomed very well. We had a bunch of students in 11th also, and we all did welcome them very well. They blended in so well in us, and it was not like, oh, they're the new people. It was like gone in like a week. So yeah, don't worry about it. People will be nice to you. And yeah, these were the questions that I had to answer in this video. I hope you found some helpful answers to them, and they fixed some of your, not fixed, but like you got a direction to your question. And yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Take care. Good luck for your board exams. It's not that big of a deal. It's just an exam. Don't worry about it, okay? Take care and keep smiling. Bye.